S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.
Yeah.
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been
Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready? 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go.
Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Ryan. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Tyler, 64, weak.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Ready? You ready? Mike 54. It's going to be a long...
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Hey, let go. 53, check 53.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
57 Hey, tight down. There you go. Hey, box truck.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Corey Coleman back deep to return. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check. Just like that. Just like that.
Ryan. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
59, ready. 51, down.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Yeah, there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Ryan, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. No score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Ryan. And Diggs has it. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch it.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Saquon Barkley, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check. Fine.
Running with Howard. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Corey Peters there to bring him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Tannehill. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The old Cal Bear, Brandon Mebane, gets the sack.
Go. 53. Check 53.
Here's Tannehill. Dancing to his left. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
At the 15-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Ryan. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
Okay, it's time for me to break out my thesaurus for that one. And I don't have anything. That was amazing. One-handed in this weather. I mean, you know the ball's got to be slick. But to be able to catch it and come...
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Gostkowski with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, Tannehill. It's caught. Smith. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
It's our time.
Hey, Delta.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Go. Go.
Yep.
53. 53, Mike.
X3.
Let's go.
218, chopper.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
Back to the air. Tannehill on second down. Buying time to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Hooked up on Julian Love, the rookie from Notre Dame.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, Barkley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Ready, blue 80. Blue 80.
54.
22. Check. Under coach. Ready, set.
They go play action with Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And this one complete to Smith. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On first down, Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game.
57 the mic. 57 the mic. Here we go, T. Here I come.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Tannehill. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. It's David Long, the rookie from Michigan, who picked it.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Hey, 25, 21.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
Now Ryan. Going deep for Diggs. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Check it back, check it back.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
15, hey, lock it. Hey, exit. Stay trip.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Tannehill. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Terry McLaurin in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Tannehill. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Now it's Tannehill. And that's caught by Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here.
Watch the run. Watch the run. This side, baby. That's the baby side. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Leo.
Hey, switch gears.
Second down, it's Henderson. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds.
Tannehill on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
53 to Mike. Watch the run. Mike, 53.
On 4th down, Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you...
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Let's go. 60 outlaw.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
And watch the leg.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. Catch made by Slayton. The 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Darius Slayton, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Bengals 14. Matt Bryant set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now Saquon Barkley, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Play action. Ryan under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. On the return comes Cobb. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Tannehill now to throw, and that's intercepted. It's Darius Leonard, the 2018 Defensive Rookie of the Year, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Ryan. It's complete to Diggs. That one goes for 30 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Saquon Barkley taking it in. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the lead now up to 14. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, ready. 15 line. 15 line. Twist. Ready, ready.
On second down now, it's Howard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Now, Bengals on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Tannehill. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Go. Topper.
53, Mike. All day.
Hey, Alpha.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Snap.
They snap it to Tannehill. And he finds McLaurin. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get it.
Again, Tannehill. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 25 yards that time. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Tannehill throwing again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On 2nd and 10, Tannehill to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Hey, 2. 5.
Here we go on 4th. Tannehill. That's complete to Cobb. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
On first down, Tannehill. And his throw is incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's David Long, the rookie from Michigan, who picked it.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing on 2nd down. Ryan. This to C.J. Ham, the fullback. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They go play action here on first down. And Diggs has it. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Another try for Barkley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? He's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. They'll run with Barkley. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. He had 3 touchdowns already but won't get a 4th here. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Terry McLaurin, 93 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Bryant's extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line.
Here we go. First and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Barkley. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And an alley to run. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now Ryan. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Ravens, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they suffer their 4th loss so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.